welcome to Disturbingly Cheap Reviews. This time we debate the merits between dolls and action figures with the Fangoria Presents Puppet Master, the Littlest Reich. Our puppets: Blade, the hook-handed, knife-handed, skull-faced, trench-coat, and wide-brimmed hat killer. You know, the one you probably recognize even if you've just heard of this series and never really actually watched it. Tunneler, his head allows him to tunnel. Yep. Pinhead, he's a demon released from a puzzle box. No. He's got a tiny head and a big strong body. He's an anti-T-Rex. Torch, who is renamed as the Kaiser in this film, but still wields a flamethrower. And new additions to the lineup, including a flying puppet, a projectile-spitting amphibian puppet, and for all your time travel fantasies, a baby Hitler puppet. But beyond that, we also have our characters. Edgar, a comic book writer down on his luck following a divorce. Ashley, the girl next door, all grown up, who falls for him. Markowitz, the super tall friend and boss to Edgar. Nerissa, the waitress Markowitz attempts to woo. Cuddly Bear, the bartender with a heart of chocolate. Andre Toulon, puppet creator. Nazi. Yeah, he's rebooted to a purely villainous role. Various other people with some other lines. Enjoy your introduction and predict just how many of them will actually survive. In it, we find comic book creator coming off a divorce just in time to fall in love with the girl next door and discover a rare puppet his brother had before a mysterious and no way related to puppet's death. Turns out there's a convention to commemorate a 30-year-old murder spree, and people are bringing Andre Toulon puppets to auction off. This gathers a bunch of people together so a bunch of puppets can kill them, and that's pretty much the plot. This film is a set-em-up, knock-em-down, 10 Little Indians story that adds more Indians as necessary to get to the next gory gut check for the viewer. There isn't much beyond find a reason for a bunch of puppets and people to be in the same area to make sure Fangoria gets some good pictures for their relaunch. The kills are indeed gruesome and tries to ramp up chaos as minutes go by, and the carnage may be a consistent part of the Littlest Reich, but at some point it becomes a slosh to push through all the gore. I give it a C. I don't think it carries enough fun. There are plenty for the bloodhounds, but the dark humor revolving around it is hit or mainly miss. Thomas Lennon gets top billing for a reason, as he brings solid acting around an absurd situation, easily providing the best bits of comedy along the way. And with that, let's avoid getting our strings clipped with spoilers. A whole bunch of people get killed by various repeat puppets until Edgar, Ashley, Markowitz, and Nerissa end up in a hotel room together because we need hiding in the attic symbolism. After killing time, a puppet breaks in and kills Markowitz, who had been the absolute best supporting character of this movie, forcing the other three to dive out a window into a dumpster. Well, 2 into 1 against the side. Sorry, Nerissa, your side plot was done. Edgar somehow has the epiphany that the nearby mausoleum for Toulon may be powering the puppets, so as more side characters battle for life, Ashley and he take a truck and rush over with ramming speed into the crypt. The puppet control is indeed interrupted, but the corpse of Toulon rises from the grave, takes out his Luger pistol, and blows out Ashley's brain, wandering off into the forest as Edgar weeps for his new love. And we get the ending where Edgar has turned this whole thing into a comic book, and the movie bluntly drops its point with a customer essentially saying, "Wow, a lot of messed up stuff happens to good people," with Edgar replying, "Yeah, I like to keep my work more realistic." So there's your point. The movie has an off feeling. That's because real life is there. Pretty much confirms why the film felt like watching a car drive on a flat tire. Oh, and we literally end with a giant "to be continued." That's always great, but that's not happening today. So until next time, maybe double check to make sure your collectible puppet isn't actually able to shoot fire into your face.